Let's turn off. Hello, teachers. How are you today? I decided to do two different presentations. One of them is teachers giving assessments to students and the importance of that. And the other one is teaching you teachers the basis of why you're observed and why principals need to do that. So today we're going to talk about teacher assessments, as in what your school might expect from you. Okay, so we're going to dive into this, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so recently a school here in Tashkent asked me to put together a PowerPoint to teach teachers on the importance of observation and self-assessment and these types of things. Okay? All right, so what's on our agenda today? Our agenda is to understand what is a TPGP, how do you create a TPGP, what are informal observations, what is the Danielson framework, and what is a pre-observation? What's the observation look like and its follow-up? And Miss Marissa's favorite, what is ear in and ear out? Does anybody have any questions so far? No? Great. Okay, so what is assessment? Can anybody give me an idea of what assessment is? And what kinds of forms of assessment are there out there? Okay, we have to look at who are people who get assessed in school environments. Is it just teachers? Is it students? Maybe administrators? And who would assess administrators? The government, right? All of these people are constantly being assessed. For teachers, another name for an assessment that you may receive is called an observation. All right, so how do you know that people have fulfilled their goals? And that's something that we learn when we do our observations or when people observe us in our teaching environment. All right, so many of you are like, oh my God, Miss Marissa, what is a TPGP? I don't understand what that means. And just like you have your baseline assessments for your students, as a teacher, this is like your baseline assessment. Is what do you know? This is called the Teacher's Professional Growth Plan. It's something that's going to help you become a better teacher this year. Okay, this is like your brand. This is what's going to establish you as you. This is what makes you special as a teacher and the things that you want to work on. So we're going to hone in on what are your strengths, your areas of improvement, your short-term goals, your long-term goals, how you will achieve your goals, and sometimes when you're looking at your goals, you also have to look at what the school hopes to improve upon. So your goals, one of your goals should tie into that school improvement plan. Okay, you need to understand what are your resources and how will you utilize those resources. So the school that I'm working for this year at the Canadian International School of Tashkent, they are really pushing digital information in the classroom. They want to be like the first school in Tashkent that goes completely digital. Okay, eventually by the end of their senior year. And this school wants to build on creativity and to help children get ready for those careers that's going to require them to use a lot of digital frameworks. Okay, so basically TPGP is very simple. It's this is like what I used at Alrod in 2016 to 2017. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to break it down a little bit, but you can kind of see if you were to put this on 2 pages, it would sort of look something like this. All right, so first of all, you have to decide what are your goals. What are your short-term and your long-term goals? All right, so my goal in 2016-17 was to implement the school-wide approach to hands-on teaching and learning by being a proactive educator in regards to numeracy and literacy. That's because I was teaching kindergarten 1. Begin training in the PYP and the IB curriculum in order to provide students and teachers services in order to implement the program or aspects of the program to suit inquiry-based learning. And the reason I did this was because I was also involved in another project in Sohar and Oman, and they needed me to learn the PYP program. To be an active member of the Professional Development Committee so that I can better serve the parents, students, and the school. Okay, so these were all my goals in 2016-17. Now, every year your goals might change, or some of them, they might stay the same, because sometimes it takes a little bit longer to achieve certain goals. All right. Strategies. Strategies are like, what are you going to do in order to achieve your goals, right? That's what a strategy is. So a strategy might be that I attend more workshops and conferences. Okay, a strategy might be that I continue taking direction under the mentorship of senior members of staff so that I can learn how to manage tactfully. And then, of course, you must attend meetings and activities which involve the parent, staff, and student welfare. What other things do you think I could have done in order to reach my goals? So what I want you to do in your groups right now is I want you to think of 3 goals, all right? 3 goals. And then I want you to think of 3 strategies on what you think would be your goal for your TPGP. And I'm going to have you work on this together so that you kind of bounce ideas off of each other. So I want you to pair up, and I'm going to give you about 10 or 15 minutes. Go ahead and pause this video and give you 10 or 15 minutes, and then I will come back to you to continue our presentation. Okay, great. Okay, so we'll pause. 10 minutes. I'll see you soon. Okay, I hope you guys had 10 minutes, about 10 minutes to really talk about it with each other. I hope you had time to share it with your teaching, your administration, and see if your guys are on the right track. Okay, so we're going to continue now. Okay, all right. Okay, so we talked about your goals and your strategies. Now the next step of your presentation would be supporting resources. What types of supporting resources are you going to use? You have your strategies on what you think you're going to do in order to achieve those goals, and your resources might be what kinds of things are you going to use in order to achieve the strategies in order to achieve the goals. Okay, so my supporting resources would have been International Baccalaureate, it would have been team management PDs, to do more of them, to try to get some background so that I could build my leadership skills, be part of that professional development committee, one-on-one with peers and making sure I know what I'm doing. And of course, a lot of internet research. All right, and some of those anticipated outcomes. What things might happen while I'm doing all of this? What may happen, and what will I do to maybe sometimes think that this might happen if I do X, Y, Z, right? So my anticipated outcomes for my TPGP at the time was to show proven ability in cooperation, learning attainment, and implementation of procedures in a classroom setting. Okay, that was one of them. Then I said, okay, well, that's not good enough for me. I want to continue with what I believe is right. So I'm going to create stimulating activities which give students real life experiences, giving them purpose in their learning. And of course, definitely parents will show constant support through active involvement in the school and their students' achievements. All right, so what I'm going to have you do now, I'm going to do this again. I want you to go back and look at what supporting resources are you going to be utilizing in order to achieve your strategies, which then will help you with your goals, and what anticipated outcomes you might have. So I'm going to give you about 10 more minutes to kind of discuss this with your team, and then we'll come back and discuss some more. Okay? Great. Okay, so here we are. Okay, welcome back. So now I hope you've gone through those 4 first steps. We're going to take a look at what happens next. Let's go back. Okay, so we've gone through our goals, our strategies. What was the third one? What was the third one, everybody? Yeah, your supporting resource, your anticipated outcomes. Now we look at your indicators of success. When you look at what might happen, now you're going to see what will be those indicators that you did succeed, that you maybe that this did happen. So you will show like your indicators of success. This will be like your progressive assessments that you have for yourself. You know, these are going to show those key areas of success in the goals that you've tried to achieve. So you have continually add resources and materials to my teaching learning portfolio. Students will show understanding of materials presented, be able to link what they've learned to real life experiences, as well as be able to display understanding by implementation of what they've learned. And then earn a PYP IB certification so that I can help teachers like you and students become inquiry-based learners and providers of inquiry-based education. Okay? And what is the knowledge and the skill and the attributes that you will achieve by doing all of these different steps? So we have to look again, what are your knowledge, your skills, and attributes? I will apply pedagogical knowledge, skills and attributes based on the ongoing analysis of contextual variables. What does that mean? Oh God, Miss Marissa, that's like so many words. Okay, so that means that with the skills and attributes that you might have going on all the time, you'll be able to sit back and analyze what things worked and what things didn't. It's kind of like that trial and error that you might see in your life, right? When you're drawing a picture, oh, I messed that up. Darn it. Oh, whoops. I did it in ink. I didn't do it in pencil first. Okay, so now I got to start all over again. So it's these steps, these skills and attributes that you receive based on this ongoing analysis of your different variables in the steps that are previously mentioned. Okay, you know that there are many approaches to teaching and learning. Appreciating those individual differences and believing that all students can learn, albeit at different rates and in different ways. So what types of things, like know that you will have different approaches, that you will experience different ways of doing things, so that you can appreciate the very different individual differences that will show that your students have learned and yourself has learned. Okay? And of course, Ottawa International School was under the Alberta educational system. So I really wanted to make sure that I had achieved the knowledge of understanding the legislated, moral, and ethical frameworks of Ottawa International School and the Alberta educational system. And that would have been the knowledge, skills, and attributes that I would have needed to understand in order to help with that school improvement plan. And that was elements of that. So I'm going to stop here again. And I want you guys to really discuss these different steps that we've gone through. Of course, you can go back and talk about it with your team. But we're going to stop the video for today. Okay, and then I will come back tomorrow and we will discuss the rest of it. Okay, so this, I wanted it to be short. I don't want it to be too over exaggerated or too much work or too much intake. I really want you to focus on those TPGPs today and really try to come up with what your teacher's professional growth plan might look like. Now, I will pop up here on my screen somehow. I don't know how to do that. Oh dear. Let's see, maybe I'll do it in chat. Yeah, can you see my screen, right? Or do I need to share it? Hold on, let me share it here. Share my screen. Okay. So what I wanted to do, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, wait, let's go back to this. Let's go here and escape. Okay, so you see here in the chat, let's see if I can make it. No. Let me see here, guys. I'm trying to make this bigger. There we go. Let's bring it up. Here like this. All right, I'm trying to show you. Let's see. No, I don't think so. Anyways, I'm trying to show you what you can do. And I wanted to do like a jam board or something, but I just don't think it's going to work. Anyways, okay. So we're going to stop sharing now. If anybody wants to check in the chat, I don't think, oh, here are the whiteboards. Duh. Okay, so if I want to open and collaborate this whiteboard, here we go. All right. When you guys need to get a hold of me in regards to this, presentation, I want you to be able to email me if you wish, okay? And my email account is g.marissa.llc@gmail.com, okay? And if you want to call me, it is long distance, or if you want to add me on WhatsApp or Telegram, okay, you can do that for this video, all right? And that number is +998. Oh dear, what is it? I can't remember because I just moved here. Just bear with Miss Marissa. I always have to do this too many times. Let's see. Chats, what's up? Settings. Okay. So my number here is 997841910. Okay, that you can WhatsApp me or Telegram. I've got both. All right. So if you need to get a hold of me during this presentation, or Miss Marissa, I don't know what I can do, or I'm confused about this, or can you help me with my TPGP? That's fine. I haven't set up any fees yet for sure, but if you want teacher coaching on this, I am available. Or a school development, like a professional development at school, just let me know. I could do some online training because I do have contract with the Canadian International School Tashkent, and this online training could easily be something done after school. All right, so that's this. So I will close this now, and I will come back again to discuss the second part of this presentation. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. God bless. Bye.